to order, brethren, to receive the most worshipful, the Grand Master.
Self-evident, Brother Franklin, all men are created equal.
Indeed, Brother Washington. All Freemasons meet as equals, and we have an opportunity to create a nation in the very essence of Masonic morality. It would be wonderfully symbolic, don't you think?
You'll be wanting to put the all-seeing eye on our banknotes next.
You think I'm taking it a bit far?
Please don't ask me questions like that, Brother Franklin. You know I cannot tell a lie.
Oh, come on, Brother Washington. Everybody lies occasionally, surely. Especially politicians.
Not me. Not even so much as an alternative fact.
We must all be aware of fake news.
The people must be free to think what they like as well. We can have no thought police in our new society. The foundation stone of our new nation built on all those principles that we hold dear.
The plans for our new capital city already have a very Masonic feel to them, yeah.
Candidate for initiation into the order, I'm giving him a little introduction into some of our mysteries. These two gentlemen are founding an entire nation built on our principles.
We have great promises for our new nation. You know, I wonder if other presidents after me will also be Freemasons.
Many will be. And Freemasonry will become embedded in the American culture. And the eye will appear on the banknotes.
Oh, God.
These principles will be honored with a gift from your French brethren. A gift that will be a welcoming beacon to the poor and oppressed.
This is the statue we are giving you.
It's a bit small, isn't it?
Oh, this is a maquette. The real thing is bigger. Much, much bigger.
America will produce a great many great Americans from many different walks of life and many different fields, and many will be Masons. Sportsmen, actors, writers, soldiers, filmmakers, businessmen, inventors, astronauts.
What on earth is an astronaut?
No, they're not.
I don't follow.
Well, they're not on Earth, they're in space. In fact, Brother Buzz Aldrin was the second man to walk upon the surface of the moon.
That's the best thing I've heard this evening.
What, that a Mason walked on the moon?
Man on the moon. Amazing. But don't forget the musicians. Do not forget the musicians.
Authoritarian and totalitarian regimes continue to suppress Freemasonry, afraid of its strong heritage of liberty and equality.
It symbolizes the inevitability of your end.
The British Army had travelling lodges that moved with regiments. Freemasons have served their countries and communities with distinction.
Freemasons met across the Union and Confederate divide to celebrate their common rituals.
And today, Freemasonry remains an active part of military life in many countries.
Freemasonry has burned as a blazing fire through the last 3 centuries, the driving force behind the Royal Society, was initiated into Freemasonry.
Prince Edward, Duke of Kent, father of Queen Victoria, and Prince Augustus, Duke of Sussex. The two princes brought their feuding Grand Lodges together and reconciled to be the United Grand Lodge of England.
Kings George IV, William IV, Edward VII, Edward VIII, and George VI were all Freemasons, as were 18 dukes and princes, including the Duke of Edinburgh.
This year, His Royal Highness Prince Edward, the Duke of Kent, celebrates his 50th year as Grand Master of the United Grand Lodge of England.
His Royal Highness was proposed into Freemasonry by the then Grand Master, the Earl of Scarborough.
He was initiated into Royal Alpha Lodge number 16, an advocate for the craft all over the world, continuing 3 centuries of distinguished royal tradition at the very heart of English Freemasonry.
To order, brethren, to receive the most worshipful, the Grand Master.
As permanent master of these 3 lodges, I now call on my deputy masters.
Most worshipful Grand Master.
Most worshipful Grand Master.
Most worshipful Grand Master.
Most worshipful Grand Master, I humbly ask you to complete the initiation of this worthy candidate for Freemasonry.
Adorn our ceremonies and forever remind us of our incomparable heritage, the birth of organized Freemasonry,
stressing the deep and sincere loyalty and affection felt by the brethren of the United Grand Lodge of England for their Grand Master.
I had the pleasure of meeting 136 Grand Masters visiting from overseas at Freemasons Hall yesterday. Today, though, we are a meeting of more than 4,000, gathered from all around the world, from our own constitution and beyond. When the global Masonic family comes together to celebrate our past and to renew our own pride and confidence in and enthusiasm for Freemasonry.
I hereby read the text of a letter sent today to Buckingham Palace. May it please your Majesty, we, the representatives of over 200,000 Freemasons under the United Grand Lodge of England, most respectfully express our continuing loyalty to your Majesty's throne and person in this, the 66th year of your long and distinguished reign, of His Royal Highness the Duke of Kent, as our much-loved and greatly respected Grand Master. We humbly thank God for preserving our order and fervently pray His blessings on your Majesty, so that our loyal devotion to your Majesty may long continue. Given at the Royal Albert Hall this 31st day of October, Anno Domini 2017. Her Majesty has been pleased to reply in the following terms. The Queen has asked me to thank you for your kind letter of loyal greetings on behalf of the representatives of the Freemasons under the United Grand Lodge of England, which are being celebrated on the 31st of October at the Royal Albert Hall. Her Majesty appreciated your thoughtfulness in writing as you did.
We leave the Royal Albert Hall even more proud of our ancient institution.
Worldwide, Freemasonry remains as important and relevant as ever. A global society of perhaps 6 million people.
As the globe embraced Freemasonry, enlightenment came.
I may not agree with what you say, but I shall defend to the death your right to say it.
None is more hopelessly enslaved than those who falsely believe they are free.
Coat of arms of Donald Trump. What does it actually represent?
Well, this is rather interesting, actually. This is arcane Scottish heraldic law providing evidence of Donald Trump's deep Anglophilia, I would say, and also touches upon the royal prerogative. There we have the double-headed eagle representing his Scottish Germanic heritage.
The Masonic CHIP program uses modern police-approved techniques to create a child identification kit.
And we take fingerprints. We also provide them with a swab for getting a DNA swab. And we also provide them with imprint where they can get an imprint of the child's teeth. So not only does it provide DNA as well as a swab, but it is also a source if you were using tracking dogs to provide a scent for the child.
You may be surprised to see who we found using tricks to cover up their license plates.
Apparently, they're law enforcement.
You know, in Hollywood and in the industry and the stuff we do, there's a lot of like insider secrets to keeping your career going, and a lot of insider secrets to making things tick.
Ladies and gentlemen, the very word secrecy is repugnant in a free and open society, and we are, as a people, inherently and historically opposed to secret societies, to secret oaths, and to secret proceedings. And there is very grave danger that an announced need for increased security will be seized upon by those anxious to expand its meaning to the very limits of official censorship and concealment. That I do not intend to permit to the extent that it's in my control. And no official of my administration, whether his rank is high or low, civilian or military, should interpret my words here tonight as an excuse to censor the news, to stifle dissent, to cover up our mistakes, or to withhold from the press and the public the facts they deserve to know. For we are opposed around the world by a monolithic and ruthless conspiracy that relies primarily on covert means for expanding its sphere of influence, on infiltration instead of invasion, on subversion instead of elections, on intimidation instead of free choice, on guerrillas by night instead of armies by day. It is a system which has conscripted vast human and material resources into the building of a tightly knit, highly efficient machine that combines military, diplomatic, intelligence, economic, scientific, and political operations. Its preparations are concealed, not published. Its mistakes are buried, not headlined. Its dissenters are silenced, not praised. I am not asking your newspapers to support an administration, but I am asking your help in the tremendous task of informing and alerting the American people. For I have complete confidence in the response and dedication of our citizens whenever they are fully informed. I not only could not stifle controversy among your readers, I welcome it. This administration intends to be candid about its errors. For as a wise man once said, an error doesn't become a mistake until you refuse to correct it. We intend to accept full responsibility for our errors, and we expect you to point them out when we miss them. Without debate, without criticism, no administration and no country can succeed, and no republic can survive. That is why the Athenian lawmaker Solon decreed it a crime for any citizen to shrink from controversy. And that is why our press was protected by the First Amendment, the only business in America specifically protected by the Constitution, not primarily to amuse and entertain, not to emphasize the trivial and the sentimental, not to simply give the public what it wants, but to inform, to arouse, to reflect, to state our dangers and our opportunities, confident that with your help, man will be what he was born to be, free and independent.
on top of another one, then it'll
What other spear are you talking about?
like planets.
How do you know the spear is from?
The Earth is a spear.
I think
How do you know the
some
spear?
people could think it's a rhetorical question, but I honestly don't know if the world is round.
No, you don't. No.
I don't.
You just believe in what people have told you.
Yeah, just different.
So we don't know their spears, do we? We don't know their spears, do we?
No.
Because we can't see it for 3D. We can only see it in 2D. So it's a disc. We know it's a disc, but we don't know if it's a spear or not. You can't prove it's a spear, can you? So we're just believing what we're told, eh? So we're questioning. How do you know it's a spear, apart from just being told it's a spear?
Surely NASA knows quite a bit about it, but to be honest, I don't.
If I told you all NASA's images of Earth are not photographs,
What are they then?
well, they admitted on their website and they've admitted in interviews that they're composites photoshopped.
World is round.
There's no photographs of Earth being round.
You know, this guy knows.
They're all composites.
You
and
know
they're
the
all
world is round.
photoshopped, and that's NASA saying.
That's why they look so crystal clear and so 3D.
The blue-
You
the
look
blue-
at the universe and you're just
The blue
like.
marble shots each year. America is different sizes every year. It's like huge in one photograph and small in another one, proving they can't both be real. So at least one of them is fake. So we don't live in a spinning ball. Water cannot exist on a ball.
But how can a flat surface turn? The sun moves. The Earth is moving round. Surely that gives it
So we're not moving.
features.
That's what we're
But
told.
we are. The
How
clouds move all the
Yeah,
time.
the clouds move, but are we moving? Do you feel the spin? Do you feel the spinning? No. See, we're told we're spinning.
TT, this is crazy. No, I think you'll finally understand. TT,
Well, I
don't fucking rap or any shit. Think about this, right? Do you think, like, how do you know that
She
the
said
Earth
don't
is
rap or
round?
anything.
How do you know that the Earth is round? How do you know?
Right,
From pictures and shit?
wait. First of
No,
all, wait, let me
pictures
talk.
are
Oh, you asked me a question.
It's a question, though. She's asking a question.
Let me talk. First of all, right, I don't know if the Earth is round, right, because
Very honest.
I believe that whatever people talk, they say, but there's so many human beings that haven't been even up on top of the Earth. How do you even know there's a fucking space out there? How do you know there's a space that the
Did you
sky's
hear
blue?
what he said about
This could be the Truman Show. If you ever watched the movie Truman Show, you would know what I'm talking about. Because I'm not like, maybe that movie was told like what was like, you know what I mean? That maybe that movie was made to tell us something, not just a movie. Maybe just that is the life we're living. You never know. So like maybe it's a good question. Why is Earth round
Some
or
people
not?
could think it's
is
rhetorical,
this
though.
lifestyle a Truman Show or not? Because why would they just make a movie about a Truman Show? That's just random.
Did you see the film The Matrix?
Yeah, even that. There's so many movies that could relate to this film.
Is there any possibility this could be the
Yeah.
Possibly, yeah.
With the events
Because-
that's going
because you
on
know why?
right now.
Do you know
With
why?
the events that's going on right now.
See when you sleep, you're in another
When's
dream.
the fucking Sonic gonna
How the
explode
fuck do
me?
you remember your dream when you wake up? You're in another lifestyle, so it's a matrix.
I said to your friend, do you realise that all these images of Earth, they're not real photographs?
They're not real.
They're photoshopped.
They're photoshopped.
It says on NASA's website, and they admit on the radio interview that they're all photoshopped.
So there's no photos of the Earth
There's
that
no
aren't
photos, no.
No, the round Earth, like that whole meaning, like the Earth is round, it's all photoshopped. The Earth could be fucking flat. It could be.
Probably
I mean,
what is the
Nice
actual
to meet you,
answer?
Ocean.
You two, man, how you're open-minded, I like that.
Thanks a lot. Everything.
John.
I know a lot of shit. Thanks a lot.
You
Yeah.
do, man.
Yo, pay attention, people.
What
You'll be
is
on
this
YouTube?
for?
A YouTube channel.
Do you have your own YouTube channel? Like,
It's our friend's channel.
Yeah.
We all got it. It'll go on his channel. It's called
Yeah.
Beyond the
Is there other
Imaginary
people
Curve.
around here wanting about film?
It's called Beyond the Imaginary Curve. Now, there's millions of videos on YouTube about this subject. People are waking up and realising they're all being lied to. My friend Gavin there studied honours in physics and maths
Yeah.
here, and he's realised he was fucking lied to about the shape of the Earth.
Anything from
nah, I
you know?
think it's just flat. Obviously, it has to be flat. Within that flatness, there's mountains, freaking potholes, waterfalls, seas.
The world
ocean,
just isn't
ocean.
flat though.
It has to be just ocean.
Water
And
has
whatever underneath it.
Water
I don't
has to
want
be
to fucking
contained. Water's level. 73% of the Earth is made up of flat, level water. So So how could that be possible in a ball? 73% of it's flat. Water's level. Earth is covered by 73% water.
That's mad.
So how on earth could it be a round ball?
I didn't know that.
Gravity has never been proven. That's why it's called the theory of gravity, and people just buy it. Water cannot conform to a ball, cannot flow around a ball. Science should be demonstratable, repeatable, and measured. They should be able to supply a working model of a ball with water going around it, and they can't do that because it doesn't exist. It's a fallacy. And probably like you two people, I was told at the age of 5, there's the globe, that's what you live on. Okay. I never questioned it. Never questioned it.
Just the okay.
I just believed it.
I would believe in a globe if there were real photographs. I would believe in a globe if someone measured the curve. I would believe in a globe if someone showed me how water can curve and stick to a ball. I would believe in a globe if the constellations changed. I would believe in a globe if the stars didn't perfectly circle above us. I would believe in a globe if satellites didn't live in an area that gets above 2,000 degrees. I would believe in a globe if not for sundials, astrolabes, and gyroscopes. I would believe in a globe if the Coriolis effect actually was used by anyone on the ground. I would believe in a globe if Antarctica could be freely explored. I would believe in a globe if NASA could explain how they safely traveled to the moon. I would believe in a globe if someone could show how the atmosphere just fades into the vacuum of space. I would believe in a globe if the sun and moon weren't the same size relative to us. I would believe in a globe if moonlight was warmer than moonshade. I would believe in a globe if gravity could be explained. All that being said, why do you believe in a globe?
Yeah. MZ Motherfucker Templo. Yeah. Huh. Hip hop. Hablen cuanto quieran, he pateado calles, durmiendo en aceras. Todo cuanto sabes tiene nombre de quimera. Todos son fronteras, todos son barreras. Ciegos izando banderas manchadas de sangre. El nombre de la democracia ponlo en una esquela. Hijos del fascismo, currantes votando a capitalistas y al legado del fascismo, viviendo en un bucle sórdido. No tenéis coherencia ni visión. Crecen los patriotas, solo idiotas practican violencia. Nuestros hijos vivirán el mismo abismo, engañados como esclavos enfermos de consumismo. Sepan bien humanos si la vida la basaron en teorías que no se experimentaron. No pueden, se lo inventaron todo. Nos han dejado solos, drogas para todos. Mezquino pero listos, bajo el obelisco nos dirigen los científicos, políticos y obispos. Fuertes como el tigre y el león son como hienas, pero un lobo no trabaja para el circo.
Son las 6 de la mañana aquí en la esfera. Solo veo vampiros buscando un refugio para no ver la verdad. Yo mientras leo y escribo con mis ojos en la mano porque duele respirar.
La ciencia y religión se olvidaron del éter disperso por todo el multiverso. No educan los maestros, lo hacen los gobiernos y la UNESCO. Son masones, solo mienten, siento asco. Vives en la esfera de los miedos, la guarida de serpientes. Todo es cuento para adoctrinar tu mente. Sé consciente de que el pueblo está dormido, de que campan a sus anchas con técnicas mafiosas.
Mafia mata Rita, mafia mata Blesa. Nos gobiernan fachas, somos presas de corruptos. Es tan evidente como absurdo.
Loco, 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 te describo mi locura y la del mundo.
Yo pienso en los niños, ellos que son hijos de pobres como yo. Padres consumistas, comunistas haciendo más rico al pijo. Esfera llena de pisos fatera que van a pagar tus hijos. Puchinelas que no quieren protestar. Aquí os traigo mi rap para dar candela. Queda mucho por luchar. Le han puesto precio al tiempo pero no le dan valor. Ahora se enfrentan pueblos pero en nombre del amor. El símbolo de esto no es amor. Sirviendo como esclavos a gentuza religiosa haciendo culto al sol. Mátame, no voy a callarme. No hay valor que se pague con sangre. Si no es por defender la libertad, para romper la línea imaginaria de esta puta cárcel. Vives silenciado en la cultura de los miedos a banqueros, empresarios y gobiernos chapuceros. Son las 6 de la mañana aquí en la esfera. Solo veo vampiros buscando un refugio para no ver la verdad. Yo mientras leo y escribo, con mis ojos en la mano, porque duele respirar.
En esta falsa esfera, muchos forman parte del problema. No alzarán la voz por sus derechos, pero sí por su bandera. Banda de borregos puchinelas. La tierra es plana, no vivo en una esfera. Nos han mentido a todos como un juego de estrategas. La gravedad no existe, sostienes esa mierda sin pruebas que la sostenga tan solo porque creíste.
Y os la suda, que el Big Bang lo 21 cura y os la suda. Que no hayan fotos reales de la luna, ni satélite, respuestas en la Antártida. Y la Antártida la custodia la élite.
Y no te dejan llegar. Soy la araña tejiendo la tela que ha dejado Tesla. Sigo en esta cárcel pero fuera de la celda. Hablan de reptilianos y son seres humanos. Psicópatas satánicos vaciándote de espíritu con cuentos inventados. La tierra es plana, os tienen engañados. Hijos de puta. Además en los gobiernos mienten. Solo somos esclavos en la esfera.